I had two very close dealer colleagues in other franchises that kind of scared the life out of me. They had an incident where one of their disposal companies dumped the oil out west in the desert and had a huge reclamation project and bill, and they got named in a lawsuit, and it cost them in the neighborhood of $50,000-$60,000, which in those days was a lot of money. So we started trying to determine what to do with our used oil. We heard about these furnaces that would use it, consume it, hadn't really thought much about the heating potential, more the disposal.
In the late 90s, it became an issue. This became a hazardous material, and it became an issue. It was a problem, something we had to get rid of, something we needed to control.
When I first started 21 years ago, people actually used to pay us to take their oil, and then it got to be expensive with all the EPA regulations, and so after the first year here, we decided we just will start burning the oil.
Here at RNI, we started thinking about using the waste oil for heating because, for number one, we have a lot of equipment and we have a lot of used oil, and you have to dispose of used oil properly to be within the bounds of the law.
We knew of companies in the area who had waste oil furnaces, and honestly, they weren't very happy with their waste oil furnaces. We heard stories about them taking a lot of maintenance and being a difficult item to maintain and to use. My husband began to research them, and we came across literature for clean burn. And everything we read about our clean burn unit was positive, that there wasn't a lot of maintenance and that the unit was basically trouble-free.
We looked at a couple other types of furnaces, oil burning furnaces, and we found that the clean burn brand was the simplest to work on, and as far as dependability, they had a history of good workmanship and dependability on the furnaces.
I had heard about the clean burn furnace from friends, told that it was an excellent furnace, would solve several needs. First being, would get rid of my waste oil, burn it cleanly, environmentally safe, and that it would also provide a good natural heat source for our building.
We talked to Tom Ryan from DSI, and he set us up with a few furnaces, and away we went, and we just expanded from there. Now we have, at the Allenton terminal, we've got 10 in use that we heat our sheds with, one in our cold warehouse facility. Our shop is heated with it.
We bought a 150 model, 1500 model, and which is fine till we doubled the size of our shop 12 years ago. We had to go to a bigger model then, and we decided to buy another clean burn furnace at that time too, because we probably use about 2,000 gallons of oil a year, averaging, and there's no sense in having to pay somebody to dispose of it, worrying about the transportation costs and worrying about birth to grave of an used oil, because you're responsible for it until it gets handled somewhere. So it actually works out better for us to be able to burn it on site here and get, I consider free heat from it.
We don't have any maintenance issues. We clean it out a couple times a year. The clean burn unit we've been very happy with it, because not only did it take care of a waste oil issue for us, it also made us warmer. The building physically feels warmer. We don't have to worry about pushing ice and snow over the floor drain and it still being there 2 days later and still paying $700 to heat my building and it not be warm.
Clean Burn came to us, showed us what they had. We installed them 20 plus years ago now, and the rest is really history. We've been very satisfied and found out that at the same time we could have a wonderful heating source that keeps this entire shop comfortable all winter long.
Cars have to be maintained, crankcase oil has to be drained, and with the cost of oil going as high as it is, including natural gas and whatever else, propane, I would think this should be an alternative that almost every shop should consider. I don't know why you wouldn't.